So people want us to talk about the whole Russia lawsuit. So let's dive into that. I had to pull something up here from the NPRs, ironically enough, but I'll go ahead and I'll tweet that article out. I just Googled it. I know some of you guys tweeted articles. I couldn't find it in the timeline, so I just went ahead and pulled up my own here via the Googles. But I'll go ahead and I'll tweet this, and I'll even at Humanist report.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and here, so I'm tweeting this out. So the Democrats are suing Russia and WikiLeaks and Trump campaign over election quote-unquote conspiracy. There's a picture of Tom Perez here. He looks just as clueless as ever. That guy couldn't convince me what restaurant to go to. And he's supposed to lead a political force. He's supposed to lead the resistance. Like he's like, you know how like in Disney movies, they have that character that's really scared and timid, and then maybe at the end does something heroic and everyone's like, oh, he wasn't such a loser after all. Tom Perez is a bigger parody of them. Tom Perez is less inspiring than them. And he's going to do something heroic in the year 20 never. That's what he is paid for. That guy is so many light years beyond pathetic. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's comical that this guy is the leader. Like they are the Washington Generals of the American politics, except the Washington Generals are entertaining to watch and actually have abilities, just not quite that of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah. Ron, have you heard, though, that Tom Perez is actually still literally being cucked by Hillary Clinton because the DNC is actually funneling money and the DCCC to Hillary Clinton's new super PAC? I don't know if you heard about this.
Did not hear about this.
Yeah, Walker Bragman, a journalist, actually tweeted about this, and it wasn't really reported on or verified, I think, until he talked about it, because the Washington Free Beacon wrote an article about this, but they're right-wing, so I doubt them. But Walker Bragman confirmed that the DNC gave Hillary Clinton I think it was like $560,000 for list acquisition, and then the DCCC gave her $700,000 for some other just really weird bogus thing. So together they gave her $1.6 million. So they are still under Hillary Clinton's control. It's absolutely absurd. So if you're wondering why the DNC is still corrupt, and insanely corrupt and just incompetent and as incompetent as ever, it's because they still are under the Clintons' control. It's like we live in the Twilight Zone.
You think she's going to run in 2020?
I don't know. Certainly she's going to be there in 2020. And what I mean by that is if she's not running, then she's going to be a surrogate for Joe Biden or some establishment shill candidate. So she's going to have a presence. I really think she is.
Really?
If she does run, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's probably less likely, but certainly she's going to be a player in some way.
Well, I hope not on all fronts. I know that
I hope I'm wrong.
Seriously considering it now, and I can't. I have trouble saying the sentence, "Hey, Joe Biden is seeking a presidential run," without instantly falling asleep. I feel like I feel like every time I say it, somebody renews their Ambien prescription. But anyway, back to this thing. So, the Democratic National Committee filed an attention-grabbing lawsuit against the Russian government, WikiLeaks, and Donald Trump's presidential campaign that claims they conspired to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. By they should just be referring to the DNC, because guess what? The DNC did interfere in the presidential campaign because they had their thumb on the scale for the establishment's candidate and kneecapped the progressive. The suit, which is unlikely to yield any outcome given the ongoing investigation into Russia's attack. It was an attack. Did you see that meme? There was it was Bernie, and he had rainbow abs, and man, it was a nice six-pack, and he looked like he was attacking. I was scared.
I think that constitutes as an attack. Yeah, I was threatened by that.
You thought Hillary Clinton was like the greatest candidate ever. And then you were like, well, I don't think her abs look like that. I can't. Now I'm not on board anymore. I mean, that's what happened to me. Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, and that buff Bernie meme turned me gay, Ron. I would be heterosexual right now, but now I'm married to a dude, and it's specifically because of Russia and that Buff Bernie meme. Thanks, Russia.
You were dating women until October 2016. And then you
I
were
was
married to a dude by December because of that meme.
Yes, we joke about it, but these memes have a lot of influence, Ron. So yes, it was an attack. Absolutely.
All right. Well, glad we cleared all that up. I miss doing stuff with you, man. This is fun.
I know. I always have fun on your show, and when you come on the show, and when we do establishment exiles and whatnot, it's always fun.
Yeah. So the suit, all right, the conspiracy constituted an act of previously, all right, so this is the DNC suit. Here's some verbiage from their suit, which, by the way, this is what they're spending their time on, folks. This is what the resistance is spending their time on. Here we go. The conspiracy constituted an act of previously unimaginable treachery. Michael, this is unimaginable that a country of millions of people might make a meme in an election of one of the most influential countries in the world. That's unimaginable. Have you ever heard of that happening ever in the history of anything?
No, why would they care about our elections? I mean, it's only like it's not like we influence other countries and overthrow, democratically elected regimes or, I don't know why anyone would think that they have a stake in our elections and would dare to make memes about it. But, Russia, how dare you? How dare you?
I mean, it's not like we have military intervention all around the world. We just kind of stay home and mind our own business. Like I've never, the bumper sticker, I don't see support our troops bumper stickers anymore. I see, do we still have troops? Because people are like, we're just so chill and at peace. We never do anything anywhere. We sent Syria that get well card. We were like, you guys are going through some stuff. Here's a get well card from the United States. We're pacifists. I mean, that's what we do everywhere. Why is anybody interested in our elections?
Right. It makes no sense to me, honestly.
All right, so let's look more at this ridiculous lawsuit that somebody wasted hours of their lives writing. A major part of the okay, so it was unconstituted. This is unimaginable treachery. Unimaginable treachery, says the party who stifled somebody running on purpose and who has the DCCC, which literally twists your arms into giving money to all of their friends. The campaign of the presidential nominee of a major party in league with a hostile foreign power to bolster its own chance to win the presidency. There's that whole little snake oil sales bite that we've all been hearing for the past year and a half, almost 2 years now. Wow. The suit treats as unified fact what Justice Department Special Counsel Robert Mueller is attempting to establish, but as yet has not in such a unified way through his investigation. It's right. Even NPR is kind of sniffing out the BS in this. Even NPR is calling you on your nonsense. NPR, who, by the way, yes, NPR used to be a lot better than they are today. Yes, they used to be a lot better. I used to listen to NPR daily. Now they're funded by the Koch brothers, and they are basically just establishment with polite tone. That's what NPR garbage. Is today. When they had a net neutrality debate on NPR, I listened to it. They had an industry spokesperson and an industry spokesperson, and that was the debate. I kid you not. It was two industry spokespeople talking about net neutrality. And that's what, but they were soft-spoken and they were polite and they understood the other side. That's what NPR is. If you think it's anything more or better than that, you're living in the frickin' past. You're living in the past. Leave all the comments below that you want to. You're still living in the past. All right. So let's get back to this stupid ass lawsuit. Trump, administration officials and campaign aides all deny they conspired with the Russian activity measures, blah, 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 blah. The president and his supporters say that what has actually happened over the past 2 years is bias. Justice Department, all right, abused their surveillance powers. That's how ridiculous this whole thing has become. You actually make Trump look right about some things. Like, yeah, intelligence agencies have abused their powers. Yeah, of course, they do that all the time. They do that all the time. Yeah. I guess he cares now because it's happening to him, but they do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't surprising to anyone who's been paying attention.
So let's see if there's anything more to this ridiculous political stunt, because that's what, okay, they have the verbiage of the entire lawsuit here. So for those of you, you can check out I'm not going to read the whole thing because that would be torture to myself, Michael, and all of you.
I would leave, Ron.
Yeah, so Democrats, here is true. Once again, the neoliberals and the corporate Democrats doing everything they can to distract you from what's really going on. And what's really going on is that we have two parties in bed with the same owners. And when you have that, you're going to eventually get a demagogue. We got one with Trump. We should be happy that at least we have an incompetent one right now. Because if we had a competent one, this country would be on its knees by now. Because your corporate media spends about 0 hours a day talking about the actual horrific Republican policies that this administration is trying to push through.
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. You good?
Okay, yes. The audio cut out for a second. Yeah, this whole lawsuit is nothing more than political bluster. I don't know how they're not embarrassed by this, but you know that once they published this today and word got out about this lawsuit, they were like, oh, we're fucking nailing it. Like, we are killing it. MSNBC is going to give us so much props. It's going to be amazing. And let me just say, these are the same people who claim to care about freedom of the press and journalism. Since Donald Trump calls out fake news all the time, they like to be the ones to say, oh, well, you know, we care about a free press. It's really important. It's a really important institution in this country. It's fundamental to democracy. And here they are suing WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks is a journalistic outlet. They publish things that are important. It's facts that we need to know about our elected officials. And so and again, that's putting aside the fact that they literally rigged the fucking primary in 2016, and they're worried about the what Russia did, posting buff Bernie memes. I mean, imagine if Russia did what the DNC did, the discussion that they'd be having. They would be going crazy. They would, I mean, if Russia was able to control debates, if Russia did a blackout coverage for Hillary Clinton, I mean, they can't do that, but I'm just saying if Russia did all the things that the DNC was able to do successfully to kill off Bernie's campaign, then that would be a real scandal. But I mean, their hypocrisy knows no bounds, and this blows my mind, honestly.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.